The one question that's been bothering a lot of English learners is how we can practice using the expressions we've known for years so that we will actually use them in real conversations. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Bella here. In today's video, I want to talk about how we can practice using the common expressions so that we know how to use them in our conversations. If you're interested in today's video, please keep watching. If you find the content helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video with me. Without further ado, let's get started. The one question that's been bothering a lot of English learners is how we can practice using the expressions we've known for years so that we will actually use them in real conversations. We spend hours and hours watching and reading English material, and we have probably come across thousands of new words and phrases. But years later, our speaking is still not that far ahead from where we were before. The thing is, instead of constantly trying to find new words to learn, we are likely better off if we simply use the phrases and expressions we already know. But like I've mentioned in my previous videos, a lot of us seem to have misunderstandings towards knowing the phrase. If you really know the phrase, you would know when and where to use it in your daily communications with others. It should come almost as naturally to us as our native language. If you cannot use most of the expressions you have learned as such, then you will need a lot of work to get to know them. To help make the process more effective, here are some tips I would like to share with you. Tip number 1. Learn it through listening. This has been the best way for myself to remember all the expressions and phrases. Whenever I want to learn a phrase from, say, a video, I would watch the video over and over again, especially I have looked up the meaning for the phrase and when and where to use it. Hearing it repetitively works better in helping me remember it than simply looking at it and repeating it myself. I think the term for that is auditory learner, which means that I learn better through hearing and listening. To me, it's simply a lot more effective because not only will the line get stuck in my head, so will its intonation and context. And when I have a vivid scene to recall, it's more likely for me to use it later on when I find myself in a similar situation. For example, here's a scene from the movie He's Just Not That Into You.
Guys invented the spark so they could not call and treat you kind of badly and keep you guessing, and then convince you that that anxiety and that fear that just develops naturally in you is actually just a spark. And you guys all buy it, eat it up, and you love it.
The expressions like, you guys all buy it, you eat it up, and you love it. So imagine if you listen to these lines over and over again. I bet it's not too hard for you to pick up those lines and have them stuck in your head. Or this other scene from the same movie.
Okay. Yeah?
Because y'all thrive on the drama. Thank you. Look, you gotta be more like me. If a girl likes me, great. But if not, there are plenty more out there like her, you know, probably.
Expressions like, because you all thrive in the drama. Or, you gotta be more like me. If a girl likes me, great. If not, then there's plenty more out there like her. I think you get my point now. I have watched this movie for I can't even remember how many times now, and these lines just kind of stuck with me. I would say find something you enjoy watching, try this method, and see how it works out for you. Tip number 2. Explain it in English words. After you discover new useful expressions from the video, write them down and try to explain in English to yourself what they mean. You're more than welcome to look them up first if they are completely new to you. For example, let's go back to the 2 clips from the movie He's Just Not That Into You.
There's not. You need a spark.
Guys invented the spark so they could not call and treat you kind of badly and keep you guessing, and then convince you that that anxiety and that fear that just develops naturally in you is actually just a spark. And you guys all buy it, eat it up, and you love it.
Here, to buy it means to believe something. And to eat it up means to really like something, similar to the sentence after. So the combination of the three sentences here works together to mean that girls all believe in the kind of stuff that guys tell them. And this is the kind of explanation you can come up with to break down the meanings of these expressions, or really anything that you think is going to help explain what they mean. This extra step not only helps make sure that you have truly understood these expressions, but also makes it hard for you to forget about them. And that's because there is a thinking process involved in trying to explain the meaning of something. Or in the second clip.
Mediocre.
Okay. Yeah.
Because y'all thrive on the drama. Thank you. Like, you gotta be more like me. If a girl likes me, great. But if not, there are plenty more out there like her. You know, probably.
Here, to thrive in something means to really enjoy something or to really do well in a particular kind of situation. And we can say the expression, you gotta be more like me, in a situation where we just want people to follow our steps. And when we're talking about different scenarios, we can use the sentence structure if not, to specify our actions accordingly. If you feel necessary, maybe even write down your own explanations next to these expressions. So the next time when you review them, you'll find it a lot easier to recall their meanings and the context to use them in. Tip number 3, make sentences with it. Another way to practice using these expressions is to make your own sentences with them. This practice could go hand in hand with the previous one. After explaining to yourself what the phrase means, try making a sentence with it. Imagine how you might use the phrase in your day-to-day conversations. It will be more practical if we can think of a realistic situation to use it in. Once again, let's look at the few expressions we've discussed before from the movie He's Just Not That Into You. For example, the phrase thrive in. I can say, I thrive in stressful situations. Or for the expression, you gotta be more like me. If we're talking to a friend who just got out of a relationship, you can say to her, you gotta be more like me. Once I decide to end it, I'm not going to think about it anymore. Or for the structure, if not. We can say, if I pass the exam this time, great. If I don't, I will simply spend a few more weeks preparing for it. The more sentences we practice making with an English expression, the stronger the connection we will build in our head between the expression and the context. And we don't always need to make sentences that are long and complicated. Start with short and simple ones. Our goal is to first get comfortable with using these expressions before getting too creative and carried away. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment area. Until next time, take care.